It's October, and that means it's Halloween, and that's my favorite time of year, so to celebrate, we did Evil Dead 2, and here's how. Three.
Oh, dude. This is torture now.
The star, just pulling long hours.
How was she to work with?
She was great. She just gave me so much.
Hey, Mom.
Got my friend Josh and Andrew here, and we actually have been making films together since college, which was what, like 14 years ago? 1, 2, 3. Action. There were a lot of shots of Ash looking down real quick, or looking up, or like screaming, and so we kind of got those out of the way first. Can you blast a little bit in front of him too? Yeah. Then there were the more specific shots, like the axe hitting the wall, where the axe bursts through the wall, and then when it comes out, there's some kind of smoke and debris. Right. So I have the smoke machine hooked up here with a tube that runs to the hole in the wall, and then Josh is going to be controlling the smoke. 1, 2, 3. Then there is the shot in the woodshed when Linda's headless corpse comes in with the chainsaw and attacks Ash. I made a little Linda head out of a styrofoam head that I painted and put a wig on. And the chainsaw is a piece of cardboard that I'm holding from off camera, and the teeth on the chainsaw are actually plastic vampire teeth. There's the whole sequence where Ash jumps on the cellar door and evil Henrietta's eyeball comes flying out and into Bobby Joe's mouth. For the first shot, that is Andrew and Josh in my dining room, and we set up the boarded windows. Got the clock here, and yes, it is the back of the Indiana Jones miniature. Sorry, Chelsea. Now, Henrietta in that is a pretty simple 2D face that I made.
Oh my god, her head!
Ash jumps up, and then it cuts to a closer shot of Henrietta, which is a 3D Henrietta head that I made. I have a few of these styrofoam heads laying around. They come in pretty handy, and I just got this one at Goodwill for like $1. I used it for Linda's head in the woodshed shot, and so now I'm going to kind of repurpose it to add some cardboard and tape and stuff to it and create Henrietta's head. And then the eyes are little foam balls. Now one of them is glued on, and then the other one is just barely taped on, and it's connected to a fishing wire. So in that shot, Bianca is playing Ash's foot, and she stomps on the cellar door, and then I pull the fishing wire, and the eye pops out. Yeah, that was good. You can even see the wire in the trailer of the original. You see it moving the eyeball, so I figured it was okay if you could see mine.
Trying to put this glove on with popsicle sticks on his finger.
So, you ladies want to come swallow some souls with me tonight? That sounds really gross. For the roles of all the ladies, Evil Dead ladies, Ari Lee.
Oh my god, I could be Dolly Parton. I already have the boobs.
There's the one with the vines. The vines are attacking her, and we did this pretty much exactly the same way they did it in the original Evil Dead 2. We attach the vines, then we shoot the vines being pulled off of her, then when we play it back in reverse, it looks like the vines wrap up her leg.
I got you. You weigh 2 pounds. I'll just catch you on my finger.
For the shot of Evil Ed turning his head first and then his body turns afterwards, I'm trying to figure this out. Making some kind of piece that the shirt can go over, and then cardboard thing on me didn't really work, so we came up with a chair. I took the back off of it, and we're going to set it up on here, and then kind of do a forced perspective thing where the shirt is actually in front of my face. I turn around, and then the shirt turns separately. So he has really gnarly teeth and really ugly lips and everything like that, so I made this whole piece out of a dust mask that I got at the dollar store. The teeth are handles of plasticware. Those make really great teeth. I couldn't have a strap on there because you would see it, so I made a little handle on the inside that I could hold in my teeth so I could just kind of bite down on it and it would stay in place. Okay, so this is the headless corpse of Linda that's been decaying for a while, so it's got a lot of gunk and Her bones are kind of exposing, her tendons are exposed, and so I'm going to use the hot glue gun to make the shapes of like the rib cage and stuff like that. That way when I paint it, it'll have a nice kind of gnarly, decayed look. Swallow your soul, swallow your soul. Evil Henrietta has a very blue mouth for some reason, so... Blue popsicle. It wasn't quite as colorful, so I ended up just dropping a couple of drops of food coloring in my mouth.
My, what pretty hands you have.
Thank you.
So the car in Evil Dead 2 is the Oldsmobile Delta 88 and is infamous among horror fans because it first shows up in Evil Dead 1 and then it shows up in almost all of Sam Raimi's movies after that, including Spider-Man. So I have here the Mad Max car, which was originally yellow and then I painted it black. I really don't want to take it apart, but I need it, so I gotta take it apart and spray paint it back to yellow. It's cold, so I'm just gonna do it life size and use the Henriettas that I've already built. We're not actually going to do the transformation on camera just because it's like kind of claymation-y and I don't have time to do that. So Bianca's going to stand in for the first part, then it cuts to Ash, then it cuts back, and we're going to replace her with this Henrietta head. So then when it cuts back for the third part of the transition, we're going to put that on. So these are the kinds of things that you would really only notice if you're analyzing scenes and trailers over and over and over again. The handle on the shovel, when Ash first picks it up, it's actually brown. Every other shot, it's red, which are the shots that I was making the shovel based off of, and so I'm about to shoot that shot where he picks it up, and I'm noticing that it's brown. So I have some brown packaging tape that I'm just gonna wrap on here and make it brown. The most intricate miniatures that we did for this trailer were all kind of in the same sequence that takes place in the woodshed. When Linda's headless corpse comes bursting in with the chainsaw, I'm operating her, Bianca is operating the woodshed door, and Ash. Then when Ash hits the chainsaw with the crowbar, it cuts to a miniature there, and to get those sparks, I'm using a lighter right up next to the lens and sparking that real quick so it has that kind of effect. This is going to be the shovel that chops off the Linda doll's head. This is the shot where the black blood comes flying out of the headless corpse, and so I have black shoestring running through a straw just to give it kind of a projectile direction, and it's right behind the little corpse, and so at the right time it's on a fishing wire and pull that out. So the voiceover in this isn't really like the blockbuster in a world trailer voice, that kind of thing. It's kind of a cold, distant narration. That was really popular in horror films in the 70s and early 80s. 4 years ago, 7 years ago, he's turning into the Jimmy Stewart. Evil Dead 2. So that was our Evil Dead 2 trailer, and it was so much fun to make. I'm such a huge fan of this movie, so I was just geeking out through the whole process, getting to make all these props and do all these effects and stuff that I love, and couldn't have done it without Josh and Hari and Bianca and Andrew, so thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Happy Halloween. Stay tuned to CineFix for more episodes of Homemade Movies every other Tuesday.